Hey, Mark Shepard here, and I am someone who practices hypnosis and NLP and timeline therapy and EFT. And I have, how do I say this? I was trained really well to practice my holistic modality. I was not trained, however, on how to run a practice, get clients, keep clients, get referrals, and get word out into the wider world that I was available to help people transform their lives, right? And I came into this work wanting to help people and not knowing much about business, even though I've been an entrepreneur for all my life, right? Because I'm basically unemployable. That's another story for another day. But I want to tell you that about 10 years ago, I worked with a client by the name of Michael Guerin, and he's given me permission to share a little of his story. I helped him overcome, serious agoraphobia and just fear of the phone. I mean, he literally had trouble making calls, not to mention cold calls, even warm calls. And so I did my NLP and hypnosis process with him and taught him how to run his mind a little better. And he went on to double his income that year, and he doubled his income the next year. And we, over the years, have become friends. And he has begun to develop business skills that I have. How do I put this? Over the years, Mike has developed business skills that support me building my practice, so that ultimately he's kind of like my ace, right? He's my go-to guy for the things that aren't building my skills as a hypnotherapist or a coach. He helps me keep my mind where it needs to be for growing my business in a way that makes money, is enjoyable to me. And I would not... The most important thing I want to say is that if Michael Guerin was not on my business team, I would literally quit being in business. It wouldn't be fun anymore, because he is such a valuable part of my success, particularly online. But strategically, he is someone I check in with every week, and I run ideas by him. I get his feedback, and I have yet to find him not understand or not get what I was trying to get at, right? And I don't always follow his advice immediately. Sometimes I have to go through my own process in order to be at a place where I can understand what he was telling me. But he's always kept me on the path. And if you're a business person who wants to actually make a living and not have your business devour you and destroy you and become worse than the job that you quit, right? Or if you're, let's say, a holistic practitioner and you want to help people, well, the only way you're going to actually help people is by running your practice as a business. And that doesn't mean you have to become heartless or soulless. And Mike has really helped me walk that line so that I don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? He is the guy that he researches and studies, and he's online literally every minute of every day. And he went from a place where he didn't know how to build his own website. And I was like, Mike, you got to learn how to build your own website, because I was building my own WordPress websites. And then he got so good at it and so brilliant at it that one day he said, Mark, by the way, your websites suck, and I'm gonna design them from now on. I'm gonna take care of that for you. And I'm like, please, thank you, right? I resisted, right? So the thing is, and this is where I coach Mike, he's looking for clients who get that he has knowledge and expertise, and clients that are willing to listen to what he has to say and put his suggestions into action. And I highly suggest that you check out his audios, you check out his articles, and put what he suggests into practice. And then when you see that it works, pay him to be your coach. You will make so much more money. It's just beyond comprehension. Okay, you can't even comprehend it. And I just want to tell you one story he told me of a client that he worked with, who he has since fired, just so you know, who was doing trips someplace, a holistic practitioner, I think, was possibly a yoga teacher, somebody who was doing trips, and she had never been able to get enough people in her group events, right, her trips. And Mike set up her website, and he did everything that he knows how to do to make the person, to guide the person who goes to your website to actually take action and give you money. He set that all up for her, and she sold out one of her trips, all right, her next trip. And she was so excited by that she immediately started making a whole bunch of changes to her website and getting advice from a whole bunch of other people who didn't know what they were talking about. And Mike was like, hello, I can't work with you, right? Because you're not following my suggestions. And she literally destroyed, right? We talk about self-sabotage. She destroyed his work. And he did not take it personally, but he also realized that was someone he couldn't work with. And I'm hoping you're someone who will really appreciate this man, because he is a treasure and he does not charge enough. And I'm working on him to raise his prices dramatically. So if you, for everybody else except me, by the way. So if you have a business and you're struggling, or if you're a holistic practitioner and you are serious about actually helping people and having a life that you love living, where you're not worn out and ground down by the demands of trying to be a helper and a healer, or if you are just overwhelmed by your business, or you don't know why your website doesn't do anything other than sit there, call this guy, all right? Pay attention to what he says, because he will guide you and he will get you where you need to go if you are coachable, right? And he and I are both working in our businesses in weeding out the people who are not coachable. So hopefully you're one of the coachable ones, because ultimately that's one of the things we all have to do in all of our businesses, is decide who we're not going to work with and who we are going to work with. And sometimes you need some damn support to do that, because you have all kinds of cultural overlays, childhood things, stuff from church, stuff from your religion, whatever, that causes you to kind of misfire in the world of business. And it's possible to be a capitalist with a conscience. It is possible to make a difference in the world and make a living. And I sincerely, sincerely hope that you have an open mind to how Michael Guerin can help you. And just stop watching this video and go contact him right now. Thank you very much. My name is Mark Shepard, and you can find some of my sites by going to markshepard.com. And yes, Michael Guerin designed all of my websites, but more than that, he helps me to create the systems that enable my websites to be my 24/7 salespeople in a lot of different niches with a lot of different businesses. So highly, highly recommend this man. He is a treasure, and I encourage you to pay him well, because he's worth it. Thank you very much. Over now.